What's up, peep? This is Shay coming at you with a new video. This week on Read With Me Friday, I know this is coming out a little bit late, but it's still Read With Me Friday until I'm done. It's like 8 o'clock at night, but it's still Read With Me Friday. This is what is new in YA in February. There are 51 books coming out this February that are in the YA category. I have picked 10 that I would most likely read. There are still so many more, not to say that these books aren't as great as these, but these are the ones that I would probably pick up and read eventually, if not immediately. If you're new to this vlog, I vlog 3 times a week. And Fridays are dedicated to my love of books and writing and everything wordy like. Let's begin. Number 1 is Bells. This book came out on February 6th, just in time for Mardi Gras. And it's really about this girl named Camille who comes from a land called Orleans. Not the New Orleans, the old Orleans, just Orleans. In Orleans, people are born really drab and gray and just not beautiful. But there are a chosen few that are born with a power, the bell power, and they use like a magic of sorts to gift people with beauty and color. This girl Camilla comes in. She really wants to be the favorite belle, because the favorite belle gets chosen to live in the palace with the Queen of Orleans and her family. So once she goes to court, she starts to find out there's some really weird things going on, and her power is probably not being utilized to the best of its ability. She is way more powerful than she could have ever imagined, and the royal family doesn't necessarily want to use her power for the best purposes. Number 2, Queen's Rising by Rebecca Ross. This book is actually kind of like a book about a freelancer. Here you go. This girl has been living for 17 years in a house of magnolia in a land called Vanadium in the Southern Kingdom, in her imaginary land. And she has been living this whole time, the 17 years, trying to hone a skill where when she turns 17 in the solstice of her 17th year, she would then get a patron and get taken out of the house of Magnalia. Yeah, Magnalia. The House of Magnalia is actually known for its performers, its actors, its singers, its the witty people, funny entertainers. And she had a really hard time finding her place in this house. And then finally she became, her path was knowledge. So as she learned and hoped that she would get a patron, came her solstice and her 17th year. And of course it didn't go to plan. She did not get a patron and she got left behind. But then a few months later, somebody comes, and he's not like the greatest patron ever. But she was out of choice, and he had offered her patronage. So she took it and she went with him, and then she uncovered a plan to overtake the kingdom and overthrow King Marvena. And she has to choose between her master, her patron, and her country. Queen's Rising came out on February 6th as well. Number 3, Your One and Only by Adrienne Finley. Okay, so this one's really interesting. You know how much I love the sci-fi. So this is taking you to the sci-fi side other than the fantasy side. There's a story about a boy named Jack who is the only human among clones. What happened was that the environment became really bad and humans basically died out, leaving clones behind to deal with the problems of the earth and to heal things. So then the clones, as they went along, started perfecting things and making it so that their DNA was better and more superior to human beings. we live in a planet of clones. And what is left is Jack is the only human made by the clones, is the only human left on Earth. And we learn that Jack, he's always just like humans do, wanted acceptance, but he's less than perfect until there's one clone named Althea who becomes attached to him somehow, and they soon start to fall in love, and then having to deal with this imperfect love and emotion that they have been trying not to let slip out, because the clones just have been trying to kill love as much as possible. And it's about why would the clones create imperfect human in the first place and keep him around, and why and how love still can die. Number 4 is American Panda, which came out again on February 6th. February 6th was a very productive day. It was written by Gloria Chow, and it is about a girl who is Chinese. She's got the practical tiger parents that want her to become a doctor, marry a nice Taiwanese guy, and settle down and give them some grandbabies. So she's well on her way to doing that. She skipped the 4th grade and graduated high school very early, so she's now her first year at MIT at the age of 17. She finds this Japanese guy that she just adores. She wants to be with him instead of trying to find some Taiwanese guy that she can settle down with and have babies with. She also has an older brother who got kicked out of the home. He's estranged from the parents because he found some woman that he loved and he married her, and parents didn't like it. He got kicked out of the home, and so she meets up with her brother while she's at MIT and starts to think about if it's worth just sticking to their parents' plan or going ahead with what she wants to do with life. So that's interesting enough. You know, I really enjoy things that expose me to other people's cultures, not just somebody's brainchild, you know, like with the sci-fi and the fantasy, but a whole entire culture that lives here in the world, and I can understand them better. I really enjoy those things. Number 5 is The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza by Sean David Hutchinson, which also came out on February 6th. I am really actually very much looking forward to reading this. This one is about a girl who witnessed a shooting of another girl that she's known for a long time. But she was witness to the shooting, and she subsequently ended up healing this girl and sending the shooter up to the heavens. The author calls it parthenogenesis, but it's just amazing. Like, things just start happening around Elena, and things are getting resolved. So she's causing all these miracles to happen around her. As more of these things occur, Elena continues to perform her miracles, and the only explanation that she can come up with is actually that the world is ending and she needs to do something about it, which means she's the only one that's got the power to stop the world from ending, which means this story is probably gonna make me laugh out loud more times than anything else. So that's gonna be really cool. Sean David Hutchinson is writing in a girl story. I'm always skeptical when men try to write girls in the story, but I mean, because women write stories about boys as well, just like this next one, number 6, pretty boy must die. So it's hashtag pretty boy must die, and this is written by Kimberly Reed. See, and this is about a boy who, pretty boy must die is about a little boy who is a boy, not a little boy. He's a guy. He's a teenage guy who's a CIA prodigy, and he gets caught doing something. He was jogging at night sometime, and somebody takes a picture of him and posts it on the internet. And whoever posted it on the internet called it hashtag pretty boy. And so once his pretty boy status on the hashtag starts going viral online, he becomes a target for the CIA because his cover is definitely blown. So he's got to figure out how he's going to live through the social media explosion that he's going through, and trying to keep his school from going under siege and things like that. So that's going to be interesting as well. Pretty Boy Must Die comes out on February 13th and is a boy protagonist, which is really, really cool as well. I don't get very many of those. Number 7. That's 6, 7, 7. All right, so number 7, Honor Among Thieves by Rachel Kane. Honor Among Thieves is about a colony in Mars, where this girl goes to Mars and really tries to behave. Her parents bring her there, trying to keep her out of trouble from Earth. But once she's there, since she's still in a dome and a bubble, she still runs into an issue where she's seeing the same people over and over again. And she gets into a fight in the dome, and she's driven underground because she is not behaving appropriately. So when she commits this crime on Mars and is driven underground, she's recruited into the honors, and it's an alien thing where she gets to go off on a spaceship and explore. And so once she's on this spaceship, she actually starts to feel more at home and like she belongs somewhere. So it's trying to find somewhere to just belong. And this is the first book of the honors. I guess this is gonna be a trilogy. So this is by Rachel Kane and Anne Aguirre. It's a team thing, and it's gonna okay, I'm gonna say it in Spanish. Anne Aguirre. Honor Among Thieves comes out on February 13th as well. Number 8, Ink, Iron, and Glass by Gwendolyn Clare. Ink, Honor, and Glass is a story about a girl who belongs to a family of scripters. So basically these scripters write the stories for everybody. They have a pen and a book where they sit down and write. It reminds me a lot of Once Upon a Time. This girl's name is Elsa, and her mother is a scriptologist, and she wants to become a scriptologist. But one day her mother gets taken to the real world, and so she has to jump out of her pages and come and find her mom in the real world. And it's based in 19th century Italy, and so she finds other people who are scriptologists and alchemists and everything. So that seems interesting as well. And Ink, Iron, and Glass comes out to your bookshelves on February 20th. Number 9, A Girl Like That by Tanaz Batina. This book coming out on February 27th is another one of those culture immersion things that I love to do. I like to learn different cultures. This one is about a Saudi girl who is an orphan, and so she grows up not having all those constructs that most Saudi people have. She doesn't have the parents to restrict her so much. She's 16 years old. Her name is Zarin Wadia, but she takes a lot of risks, which is not something that happens. And she is the girl that Saudi parents warn their children about. You do not want to be associated with a girl like that. She was found dead somewhere with another boy, with a boy whose name is Porus. His name was Porus, and Saren, they were found dead in a car. And so they had to investigate. And as they investigate their deaths, they find out that she was more than just a girl like that. So it's more about like, don't judge a book by its cover and stuff like that. February 27th, that one's in. And numero 10, Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. Anyway, Heart of Iron is about a 17-year-old named Anna who was born a scoundrel, was born a thief, and she's an outlaw by nature. And she was found as a child as she drifted through space. An android basically raised her up. But as she grows up and she's 17 years old, her android begins to glitch and she is desperate to save him. The android's name is D09. Leads her on a quest to steal all of the parts that they need to save him. She meets a boy, an Ironblood boy, on the way as she quests to retrieve these pieces. But then when the encrypting goes wrong, the Ironblood and her end up as fugitives out in space. They're on the run from their entire kingdom. And of course, along the way, they find all kinds of secrets about the governing bodies and all of that, because that's the MO for these things. So that is the 10 books that I most likely would read. My 2 picks will be hashtag Pretty Boy Must Die and The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza, because those are going to be the ones that are probably going to make me laugh the most, because I really want to laugh. So that's it. Join me again next Friday. And consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button, please. And so you get more videos like this. Hit that notification bell so that you know when I upload my videos. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Fridays are for reading. Hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, and like and share with your friends. Look for some much love merch. I've created a logo, and I think I'm gonna put on a t-shirt. I'm considering making a merch t-shirt. And if you would like a much love shirt, if you would like to see maybe unveil a t-shirt made of much love, just give me a comment down below and let me know if you would like something like that. Till next time, much love. Bye.